Any economics of the canal lining. How the economy is achieved in canal lining to reduce the cost of construction, cost of laying the lining. The choice of canal lining or type of lining is done on the financial consideration besides the technical feasibility. The financial consideration, financial study is done to make the canal lining more economical. Economical feasibility is studied for determining its economical viability. The analysis of the benefits accrued from canal lining has been worked out in terms of money. After construction of the canal structure, after canal lining, whether it may be beneficial or not, that is studied, whether it is advantageous or not. The various factors are studied. So that benefits which are accrued from the canal lining should be greater than the extra cost to be incurred on lining. So after any type of lining that may be used, maybe concrete lining or brick lining, or it may be shotcrete lining, precast concrete lining, asphaltic lining, or any other type of lining. The benefit of that lining system, lining method, there should be more. How to calculate that benefit of the canal lining? The calculation of the benefit is done, which is done as follows. So the major benefit of the canal lining, which is assessed in terms of money, is from saving of the seepage water, which should be which would have been lost from unlined channel. So in unlined channel, there will be more seepage will be there. So after canal lining, the seepage loss will be reduced. Losses due to seepage will be reduced. So this water, when supplied to farmers, will yield revenue. So after concrete lining, after lining of the canal, the water is supplied to the farmers or to irrigation fields where water is required for growing of the crops. So it is supplied to the agriculture fields. So due to supply of the water, that will yield more revenue. It will generate the more revenue when it is supplied to the water is supplied to the agriculture fields or irrigation field. The farmers will use that water for growing of the crops in the agriculture. So let Qmax be the water saved in the lined reach, and R rupees be cost of water per Qmax. After lining of the canal, discharge to canal will be which is assumed as Qmax. That is the water saved in the line canal, and R rupees be the cost of water per Qmax. Per Qmax ला किती cost है? R rupees. Having a certain value of money for a particular discharge of water through canal, the cost of water will be per Qmax will be R rupees. Then total saving in that canal will be Q into R1. R1 multiplied by Q केले तर काय येईल? Total saving. Q is the discharge which is measured in Qmax. That is multiplied by rupees R1. Q into R1, that will give total saving. Then other benefit is through considerable reduction in the maintenance cost of line channel compared to that of an unaligned unlined channel. So other benefits through considerable reduction in the maintenance cost that is taken, that the P be the percentage saving in annual maintenance cost, which is in rupees for unlined channel. Unchannel साठी किती saving केलेलं आहे annual maintenance cost मध्ये? Percentage saving P. Then saving in annual maintenance cost किती घेतलं जातं? That is equal to P into R2. P is the percentage saving in annual maintenance cost. The annual maintenance cost में जे percentage save केलेलं आहे, that is P multiply by R2 rupees. So multiply this R2, we get the saving in annual maintenance cost P into R2 rupees. Then total benefit काढलेला आहे B per year. That is the addition of this Q into R1 plus P into R2. कशाचे addition आहे? Total saving Q into R1 and saving in annual maintenance cost दोन्ही add केलेले आहे. Total benefit किती आले आहे? Addition of Q into R1 plus P into R2. The saving in maintenance cost is usually taken to be around 40%. Maintenance cost में saving किती घेतलं जातं? Saving percentage 40%. P is taken as 0.4. P ची value इथे ठेवायचं आहे is equal to 0.4 maintenance cost. So besides the above benefits, there will be considerable indirect benefits will be there, which is accrued from prevention of the waterlogging caused due to excess seepage. But this is difficult to assess in terms of money. Other indirect benefits are there due to prevention of waterlogging. So this minimum annual benefits, which is considered as B is equal to Q into R1 plus P into R2. The annual cost of extra expenditure on lining is calculated. The extra expenditure on canal lining be 3 rupees. Extra expenditure on canal lining is 3 rupees. It is taken as C. PT is the total perimeter of the lining. त्या लाइनिंगचं perimeter किती perimeter lining केलेलं आहे throughout the cross section of the canal. The length of that perimeter is PT. L is the length of lining. Lining किती length ला केलेलं आहे, that is capital L. And C काय आहे? Cost of lining in rupees per meter square. Per meter square ला किती cost of lining आहे? Cost of lining per meter square. तर ते कशाने मल्टिप्लाय केलेले आहे? Capital C, total extra expenditure on canal lining, capital C is equal to small c into PT into L. Cost of lining into perimeter of lining into length of lining. PT multiply by L केल्यावर काय येईल? Area of lining. किती area पर्यंत lining केलेलं आहे? किती how much the area is covered with the lining? PT multiply by L, that gives area of lining. Multiply by C. Small c is the cost of lining per meter square. The total area multiply by cost per meter square, that will give extra expenditure on canal lining. That extra expenditure again calculated by subtracting the saving in land cost. त्यामधनं land cost minus केलेलं आहे, subtract केलेलं आहे. Cost of drainage works, cost of bridges and earthwork is subtracted from the total cost of lining. Then the life of lining is n years. Number of years. Life of lining is taken as capital N. Then I with the percentage rate of interest expressed as fraction per year, I the percentage rate of interest. And then capital recovery factor is calculated, or annual cost of extra expenditure on canal lining is calculated. It is equal to, it is given by this equation, capital C into I into bracket I plus 1 raised to n into bracket 1 plus I raised to n minus 1 raised to minus 1. This is the equation of calculating annual cost of extra expenditure. And the benefit cost ratio, BCR, which is calculated by this equation. BCR is equal to into bracket Q into R1 plus P into R2 into 1 plus I raised to n minus 1 divided by C into I into bracket 1 plus I raised to n, which is equal to B into bracket 1 plus I raised to n minus 1 divided by C into I 1 plus I raised to n. This is the benefit cost ratio, BCR, which is calculated by this equation. Then if the rate of interest is 8% per annum, then I will be taken as 0.08. The percentage rate of interest is taken per annum here as 0.08. So for the project justification, the benefit cost ratio should be greater than 1. So project justify करण्यासाठी to make the project economical, this benefit cost ratio should be more than 1. Okay. It should be more than value 1. This BCR, benefit cost ratio, which is given by this equation, after calculation, that value should be more than 1. Then only the canal lining is said to be economical. समझ friend? This is the economics of the canal lining. समझ लगा economics of the canal lining? In this way, the benefit cost ratio is calculated. From that, the canal lining is whether economical or not, that is decided. And the canal structures. Canal structures that are called cross drainage works, which are constructed at crossing of the canal and natural drain. जे structure कसं केलं जातं त्याला काय म्हणायचं cross drainage work. These are the canal structures which are constructed at a crossing of canal and natural drain, that are called cross drainage works or cross drainage structure. So as to dispose of drainage water without interrupting the continuous canal supply, this type of cross drainage works are constructed at the crossing of canal and natural drain. Which is the intersection of the natural drain and canal structures. So to at that crossing, there will be the interruption of the flow of the water and flow of the natural drain. So to avoid this interruption, without interruption of this flow of the water through canal, so a structure is constructed that is known as cross drainage works. It is called canal structure. So whenever the canal is aligned, whenever the canal is to be constructed, these cross drainage works generally become unavoidable. So while laying of the So they has to cross this natural drains. So in order to reduce the cross drainage works, the artificial canals are generally aligned along the ridge line that are called watershed. The cross drainage works that no question. If you in order to reduce this cross drainage works, artificial canals are aligned along the ridge line that are called watershed to avoid this cross drainage works. So when the this canal structure reaches the watershed line, cross drainage works are not required. Unless the canal alignment is deviated from the watershed line. So before the watershed is reached, the canal has to take which takes off from the river has to cross number of natural drains. So which moves the watershed, which moves from the watershed towards the river, it crosses the number of drains. At all such crossings where this canal structure crosses, where these cross drainage works are constructed. So that is given in this diagram. Is a canal structure है. The river is shown here. The watershed line at the center. The canal structure. हा ड्रेनेज वॉटर आहे. ओके, वॉटरशेड लाईन इथे ह्या क्रॉस केलेले आहे. C1 C2 C3 C4 हे वॉटरशेड लाईन हे कुठे आहे सेंटरला. तर त्याच्या बाजूला इथे काय कॅनल आहे. along that canal which crosses this watershed line, when it crosses this watershed line, the no cross drainage works are required. So before that watershed line, these are the cross drainage works which are, that are constructed C1, C2, C3 and C4. The drainage water. This is the optic canal. These are the drains. River shown here. These are the crossings C1, C2, C3, C4, where these cross drainage works are required. So these cross drainage works are very costlier. So therefore this type of cross drainage works along the canal structure, there it is avoided to reduce the cost of construction. Since the watershed canal crosses the minimum number of drains, such an alignment is selected to a contour canal which crosses the maximum number of drains. Such an alignment is selected so that cost of construction will be minimized. So this number of cross drainage works are reduced by diverting the one drain into another drain by changing the alignment of the canal so that it crosses below the junction of two drains. So such a structure is avoided. So there are number of cross drainage works are there. If there are cross drainage works are required, in that case that canal structure is diverted, that drain is diverted into another drain, or alignment of the canal is changed. The types of cross drainage works मध्ये कुठले types आहेत? There are different types. The drainage water intersecting the canal can be disposed of either in following ways: by passing the canal over the drainage. When the drainage water intercepting the canal So during this, what provision is to be made? The first case क्या है? By passing the canal or the drainage. If there is a drainage line is there, natural drain is there, which is passing over that canal. By passing the canal or the drainage, so this interception of the drainage water and canal is avoided. ते कसं avoid करायचं? When by passing the canal over the drainage, that is accomplished by the construction of by providing this an aqueduct or by provision of siphon aqueduct. त्यासाठी काय करतात? Canal over the drainage, by passing the canal over the drainage, the interception is there. For that case, aqueducts are constructed, aqueducts or siphon aqueducts for passing the canal over the drainage. Second case काय? By passing the canal below the drainage, त्या drainage line च्या खाली canal is passed. In this case, how it is passed below that drainage? By constructing the super passage or by constructing canal siphon, generally called siphon. By passing the canal below the drainage असेल तर super passage किंवा canal siphon construct करतात. When canal crosses over the drainage, then aqueducts and siphon aqueducts are constructed. In third case, by passing the drain through the canal, the canal मध्ये ते drain pass केलं जातं, so that the canal water and drainage water are allowed to intermingle with each other. दोन्ही canal water and drain water, they are mixed together. त्यासाठी कुठल्या टाइपचं construction आहे? These are accomplished by the construction of level crossing, by providing this level crossing and inlets and outlets. These are the three types. So त्यामध्ये first type काय? Aqueduct and siphon aqueduct. These are the diagram of aqueduct. When the canal passes over the drainage, by passing the canal over the drainage, या diagram मध्ये दाखवलं aqueduct. Canal passes over the drainage. Drainage, the cross section is in there. Typical cross section of the aqueduct. Supporting piers at suitable spacing. Drain bed आहे. HFL of the drain. Inspection road. Pier nodes. तर याच्यावर या highest flood level च्या वर इथे कॅनल कन्स्ट्रक्ट केलेले आहे. फुल सप्लाय लेवल ऑफ द कॅनल. डॉटेड लाईन दाखवले पहा. HFL ऑफ द ड्रेन. ड्रेनच्या वर हे कॅनल पास झालेले आहे. तिथे लेफ्ट साईडला प्लॅन दाखवलेला आहे. ड्रेन डाऊनवर्ड आहे, कॅनल टुवर्ड्स राईट आहे. डॉटेड लाईन म्हणजे ड्रेन खाली आहे आणि ते कॅनल त्याच्या वर आहे. कॅनल टेकन ओव्हर द ड्रेन इन अन aqueduct or siphon aqueduct. This is the line plan of crossing. समजलं sketch diagram कळालं? So canal passes over the drainage. So in this aqueduct, canal is taken over the natural drain, so that drainage water runs below the canal, either freely or under siphonic pressure. Siphonic pressure is the water that drainage water will flow. When the HFL of the drain is sufficiently below the bottom of the canal, so that the drainage water flows freely under gravity. So that structure is known as aqueduct. When this HFL of the drain is below the canal bed चे dotted line दिसते का? त्याच्या खाली हे HFL आहे. तेव्हा त्या स्ट्रक्चरला काय म्हणायचं? Aqueduct. When the HFL of the drain is below the canal bed, then that type of structure is known as aqueduct. Then siphon aqueduct म्हणजे काय? If the HFL of the drain is higher than the canal bed and the water passes through the aqueduct barrel under siphonic action, and that structure is known as siphon aqueduct. HFL हे ज्यापेक्षा कॅनल बेडच्या वर असेल, कॅनल बेड त्याच्या वर आहे, then that is said the flow of the water will be under siphonic action. Water passes through the aqueduct under siphonic action, and that structure is said to be siphon aqueduct. त्या स्ट्रक्चरला काय म्हणायचं? Siphon aqueduct. समजलं difference between aqueduct and siphon aqueduct? In aqueduct, HFL is below the canal bed, and in siphon aqueduct, HFL is above the canal bed. The different siphon aqueduct. इथे दाखवलं siphon aqueduct. HFL of the drain on upstream, HFL of the drain on downstream. हे ज्या वर आहे, कॅनल बेडच्या वर आहे. The FSL of the canal in the section road. This is a typical cross section of siphon aqueduct. So this an aqueduct is just like a bridge, except that instead of carrying a road or railway, it acts like a bridge. It carries the canal on its top. So this is provided in Sirsa. This type of aqueduct, which is provided in a city here in a Sirsa city near Ropar in Punjab, which is this aqueduct is having span 20-meter span of about 30 meter each, has been constructed to carry canal having bed width of 28 meter, and discharge of the canal is 360 cubic. And the total with torrent discharge किती आहे? 4,300 cubic. So this type of aqueduct, which is constructed in the Sirsa, a city near Ropar in Punjab state, it is constructed. This type of aqueduct having bed width 28 meter and spanning having 20 spans are there, about 30 meter width. In case of siphon aqueduct, the drain bed is generally depressed. The drain bed is the HFL of that drain bed is above the canal bed. So that drain bed, which is generally depressed and provided with the pakka floor, is shown in this diagram. The pakka floor, that canal bed. The downstream slope having should not be steeper than 5:1. That is shown in this diagram. The slope of the downstream 5. Sheet file is provided here. This is a siphon aqueduct. And then superfices or superfices and siphon. In this, drain is taken over the canal. The second case है, canal passes below the drain. Drain is taken over the canal. The canal water runs below the drain either freely or under siphonic pressure. The superfices म्हणजे काय? FSL of the canal is sufficiently below the bottom of the drain trough, so that the canal water flows freely under gravity. The FSL जे है, full supply level of the canal is sufficiently below the bottom drain of the bottom drain trough. The bottom of the drain trough, below that, below the bottom of the drain trough, there is a FSL is there, FSL of the canal. The diagram is left. FSL of the canal is below the bottom of the drain. See this, drain is over canal. This is a typical cross section of super passage. FSL of the canal is a दिलेला है. Drain product है. HFL of the drain is above the canal bed. Okay. And in canal siphon, the FSL of the canal is sufficiently above the bed level of the drainage trough, and the canal flows under siphonic action under trough. That structure is known as canal siphon. यामध्ये FSL जे आहे, FSL is above this bed level of the drainage trough. FSL of the canal is above the bed level of the drainage, bed level of the that drain. This is the diagram मध्ये. FSL of the canal, upstream of the FSL canal, upstream FSL of the canal, downstream FSL of the canal, which is above the this drain, bed of the drain. त्याच्या वर आहे, HFL त्याच्या वर आहे. Full supply level is above this bed of the drain. That type of structure is known as canal siphon किंवा त्याला काय म्हणायचं, siphon. So super passage is the reverse of an aqueduct. Aqueduct to the reverse है, opposite है. Similarly, siphon is the reverse of aqueduct siphon. Aqueduct siphon जे आहे त्याच्या opposite है. त्यानंतर आहे level crossing, inlets and outlets. In level crossing, this cross drainage canal water and drain water, they are allowed to intermingle with each other. Both will mix. These two types of structure, they will intermingle with each other. They cross each other. The water of this both this structure, canal water and drain water, they will mix together. Level crossing is generally provided when large canal and huge drainage approach each other practically at same level. ज्यावेळेस ते कॅनल स्ट्रक्चर आणि ड्रेनेज स्ट्रक्चर एकमेकांना सेम लेवलला ते क्रॉस होतात. At that location, at that intersection, this level crossing is provided. That is shown in this diagram. So this canal structure is there. Incoming canal regulator. This is a drain water. Canal outgoing canal regulator, cross regulator or barrage. Drainage water towards downward, canal water towards right. दोन्हीचे ते इंटरसेक्शन आहे. दोन्ही कॅनल वॉटर आणि ड्रेनेज वॉटर दोन्ही एकमेकांमध्ये मिक्स झालेले आहेत या ठिकाणी. Therefore it is called level crossing. So the regulator is provided across the torrent, across the drainage, just on the downstream side of the crossing, so as to control the discharge passing into the torrent or drainage. The regulator controls the flow of the water from the canal structure. Also, it is provided at the entry and exit of the canal to regulate the flow of water. Then inlets and outlets. In this also, the drainage water and canal water is allowed to mix together so as to help the canal supply to increase the flow of the water. Is shown in this diagram. Inlet and this is outlet. Then drain water will enter into this canal here. Inlet, outlet accept water taken to nearby drainage through lead channel. The outlet is a provide केलेलं आहे आणि इथे inlet आहे. These are the inlets and outlets which are generally adopted when drainage discharge is small and drain crosses the canal with its bed level equal to or slightly higher than the canal FSL.